Welcome to Loud and Nerdy on a Tuesday night in March. My name is JW Colwell. I'm joined, as always, by, well, there's just one of you tonight. Right now.
Just one of us.
Just one of you right now, which is...
We have a theme for the last few weeks, though. Just one of us.
It is what it is. Goodbye. I'm joined by my other co-host tonight, Kyle Defina, who was not around a couple weeks ago, and now he's back, and now he's out of a high. You're out of a high rise. Where are you at?
The 59th floor of the Tropicana in Atlantic City. I don't got my normal setup. The internet's kind of shitty here, folks. So if I start cutting in and out, or I just disappear, I apologize. It's just might be that kind of night.
Well, and our other friend is missing. I think he's stuck in Wilkes-Barre right now. We'll have to see what happens. God help him.
Good evening, Ken.
Good evening, Ken McKernan. Thank you for joining us. Hello, Raven.
We did skip over the Grand Poobah.
Oh, don't do that. He gets
no.
He gets upset if you do that.
I know.
He gets upset if you ghost him too. He doesn't like to be ghosted.
No, he doesn't like ghosting.
Doesn't like
ghosting. If he drinks Ghost energy drinks.
I don't know. But he doesn't like to be ghosted, and
even by Casper.
I don't know. I don't know how he feels about cartoon ghosts.
We got one Kamora with us tonight.
Yeah, oh, that's good. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you.
So send us a comment. Who is your favorite ghost?
That's a good one. Yeah, let's do ghosts. Famous ghosts.
Yeah, who's your favorite ghost?
Who's your favorite ghost?
Patrick Swayze.
That's a pretty funny one. Well, Kyle, who's your favorite ghost?
Oh, nearly headless Nick from Harry Potter.
Oh, do you want to come on tonight, Joe? You can come on if you want.
Yes, because you don't have the grand controls of everything and can just do a run-in whenever you like.
Yeah, you show up. You have access. I don't understand. I don't understand, whining about it and be like, oh, I wasn't invited. When has that stopped you before?
And all I asked you was to drop in the comments who your favorite ghost was.
Yeah, I think you have to go logistically with the ghost, right? I think you have to go Slimer.
Slimer?
I think you have to go Slimer, don't you? He's achieved more than you would expect from an average run-of-the-mill ghost, right? He was captured. He did have problems, but in reality, I'd go Slimer. Who's another good ghost? Bruce Willis in The Sixth Sense. Sorry, spoiler
Ghost
alert.
and Miss Muir. Oh, yes.
Ghost and Mrs. Muir is a great movie. What other good ghosties do we have? I'm trying to think of good ghosts. The Others, maybe? Like Nicole Kidman and her kids, who caused nothing but trouble in that fucking movie. You know what I mean? Again, spoiler alert. And these are very old movies, but you never know. People get very upset on our show, Kyle.
Yeah,
Casper? But that movie is shitty. That movie is terrible.
Is this a ghost, or is he just calling us dead men because we didn't send the invite yet?
Wait. I might have... Does this one count? Hold on.
No clue there? Okay.
What'd you say?
Joe originally commented dead men. I don't know if he's calling us dead men for not inviting him or if that's a ghost.
He can come anytime he fucking wants. Jesus Christ. Really? Holy shit. I had no idea he was so offended. If he wants to come on, he can come on. We're down a person. I mean, hold on. I'll send him a thing.
Ghost of Christmas Past. Is that what you meant? Yes. There it is. Ghost of Christmas. What?
Dead man? Okay, wait. Hold on. I'm going to send it to Joe because Joe's being... Is he being bitchy? He's being a little...
We got a Jacob Marley. That's a good ghost.
Jacob Marley's a great ghost. I think Ghost of Christmas Future is a good ghost. Solid ghost.
You know what's a really bad ghost? The ghost of Paul Spratt's takes on Marvel.
You know what? This is a good time to get this out there. First of all, congratulations to Raven. Not going to say why. Not going to say why we're congratulating Raven, but good call, Raven. Well done. And here's what I would say. What I continuously enjoy in my life and in general is everybody who says Marvel's dead, Marvel's dead. Oh Lord, Marvel's dead. Marvel dead, Marvel dead, dead. And then 5 minutes later, something happens and everybody goes, did I mean, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that Marvel's dead. I didn't mean it, right, Kyle? Because I mean, if you watch this on Disney Plus, you're one of 7 million people. You guys are reading entirely too much into my comments. Fair. I sent you a link if you want to come. If you're watching this, you're not alone. One of the highest rated Marvel debut shows on Disney Plus. There was a lot of this last week, a lot of crime. Yeah. There was also other super cool Marvel heroes that are kind of. I'm gonna go smoke a bowl. Fantastic! It fits right in. You can smoke a bowl and then come on. I was going with this ghost, by the way.
Ooh.
Force Spirit Yoda. Yes, he's sparkly.
I thought vampires sparkle, not ghosts. And is that going to segue us into Mickey 17 next? What?
We can. We could definitely segue to Mickey 17.
I didn't see Mickey 17. I saw the first 40 minutes of the new Daredevil, though, so far. And I liked it, but that opening fight scene was a little too dark where I couldn't tell who was who at some points.
I think the whole point was that they were doing it in Daredevil vision.
Yeah, because it makes sense if you know Daredevil's history, which hopefully you do if you're picking it up here.
Also, I do think, Jay, how do you feel about the Thunderbolt trailer being dropped first the letterbox, but back to Daredevil, I called it. I think the Thunderbolts trailer Thunderbolts, the momentum is picking up for Thunderbolts. Shocking. I could have sworn somebody said this about 3 weeks ago when we were talking about Brave New World, that Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four are the events. But Daredevil is an event in its own right, right? I mean, I think part of the first episode that I don't want to discuss a lot because people might wait. People might, I don't want to discuss
until they're all dropped.
Yeah, until they're all dropped. But basically, I mean, I think they tried to do a fight that was similar to fights that people who watch Daredevil on Netflix have already seen, right? And that's a real hard thing to do. Like, I was thinking about the fights in the original Daredevil. They're hard fucking fights to. You'll join us virtually. I'm sorry, I just saw that. No, you don't get to come on and gloat that you got something right. No. You'll wait till the next time you come on. Oh, look. Somebody decided to show up. Jerry!
Yo!
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. I got stuck in Wilkes-Barre.
That sounds awful.
But here I am.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Here you are. Ooh.
You made it out of Wilkes-Barre alive.
I did.
Was it like driving through a Mad Max movie?
Something like that. Pennsylvania version.
All right, Jerry, your favorite movie ghost. Go.
Favorite movie ghost, Jerry.
Movie ghost?
Yeah, there you
I
go,
can tell
buddy.
you my favorite ghost movie, but I don't know about movie ghost.
Are you going to say 13 Ghosts?
No.
Okay.
He's
Let
looking
me
around
think
his
about
room for answers.
He's like, that's a
It
lot.
actually has to be a ghost in a movie that you're.
Yeah,
right?
I said like I said Slimer. Because he's not only a ghost
Fair
in the movie,
choice.
he's also a pretty cool ghost on television. He's a ghost in sequels. You know what I mean? So I'm letting Kyle run with this one. We've
It's an interesting one. I never thought about.
we've jumped off. Headless Horseman's a great ghost.
That's a good one.
But the problem with the Headless Horseman, it is a Headless Horseman in Sleepy Hollow, but it's not a Headless Horseman in the actual story and the Disney cartoon. Right? Is the Headless Horseman a real ghost? He's a real ghost in the Tim Burton version. Is that what you're talking about? The Tim Burton version with walking with the fangs? You know what I mean? Like, because in the original, the Disney cartoon, he's not a real ghost. And in the original book,
What was that recent movie where they rounded up the usual suspects and they were dragging the Headless Horseman through?
It was Red One.
Yes. That was great.
Don't touch the gold. So I shouldn't touch the gold? No, don't touch the gold. That movie's not bad. That movie is not bad. Kyle saved me last Thursday. I couldn't remember Jerry's band name when he commented during the show, and almost called them Smash Mouth.
Oh.
Fuck.
Well, hey now, Jerry's an all-star. Get your game on. Go play.
Smash Mouth.
I just want.
I remember those guys.
I just want to say that I'm for Jerry. I'm insulted. Feel bad for Jerry getting compared to Smash Mouth.
Ghosts.
I don't know why you had to write the words that night, Joe.
I pre-gamed that night. Every night. Do you pre-game? Joe, let's talk about pre-gaming. Did you pre-game, like, I have a question for you. Did you pre-game for, wait, hold it, where'd it go? For this? This is Joe Ridge, our grand poobah. And that's comedian Robert Bass. And those are some of the guys they had on the show. And they also had the lead comic that Joe went and represented. And they talked about it. And we might be in the comic business, like hanging out with comics. Like I haven't done that before.
You tried that already.
Like I haven't done that before.
So, Jerry, we asked Joe what his favorite ghost was. This was his answer.
It's not Space Ghost.
Space Ghost is a fantastic choice. We love Shrek. Poltergeist 2, Kane. That's not bad.
Let me in.
I look horrible there. I don't know. I think you look fine, but this was a big night for the network. You found your lost toy. Still calling a grandma. Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Good stuff. Also, the voice.
You shine that son bitch up real nice.
Okay, let's talk about news. Let's do some reviews. Let's talk some things. I know nobody else did, or not a lot of people did. I saw this week. And my buddy Space Ghost Pass. I know Myrtle, Moaning Myrtle. Okay. I saw Mickey 17, and my question to you people, I'm gonna ask it again and again. Everybody who comes on our show, or everybody when you guys talk, or we talk, or I talk to people ask me, why do we get so many remakes? Why do we get so many sequels? Why can't Hollywood be original? Now, here's a completely fucking original movie. It's about cloning, it's about space exploration, it's sci-fi, it's satire, it's comedy, it's blunt, it's funny. It's got a good actor in it. Robert Pattinson's fantastic in it. It's got other good actors. It's got Mark Ruffalo playing a scumbag politician. It's fantastic. Toni Collette playing his scumbag wife. Great.
Is there any other type of politician?
It depends on how you want to play this. And it's got cute aliens. It's amazing, well done, and it grosses $19 million at the box office. It's got a $120 million budget. It needs to gross about $300 million worldwide to break even. Guess what? That's why we don't make original movies. So a long time, I'm going to ask you two, because I was talking to Rich and Natasha about this last night. News remakes, Stephen King, Cujo. Hey, the movie would be a Netflix thing. Yeah, I think Cujo's a great movie. I like Cujo. I like Cujo. Cujo is actually one of the better earlier Stephen King movies. I highly suggest the graphic novel. Anybody really likes the movie? Yes, Mickey 7 is the graphic novel. But here's my question to both of you. What came first in this chicken or egg scenario? Is it that studios realize that audiences don't go to the movies unless they realize they can recognize what the movie is? So the concept of getting an original film is just never going to happen. Did the studios figure that out first, or did the audiences not go first? You understand what I'm saying? I'm asking if I blame the audiences. I don't blame Hollywood. Hollywood wants to make money. Hollywood makes Avengers sequels, Ghostbusters sequels, Batman sequels, Star Wars sequels, Dune sequels, Indiana Jones sequels. They want to make money. And so what happens is when you have a new original movie and nobody goes, what happens is the next time Warner Brothers goes, hey, we're going to try this again, they don't.
I don't think it's the original movie problem. I don't have the stats in front of me. I wish we would have talked about this earlier. I'd like to know what recent original movies actually did well, because I think Robert Pattinson, even though he has some stock and fame to his name, I don't think he has that viewer equity built up with enough of an audience, because it was a DC movie, Batman. Even though it was decent, it was still a DC movie that's got a little stank on it. Then before that, he's known for Twilight, which gets the girls to go, but a lot of guys are like, I don't want to see a sparkly vampire, and they just write it off as it's that kid.
I'll help you with the numbers on this. Ready? Okay. Let's talk about this really quick. Top 10 movies at the box office. Don't look it up. Give me the number of original movies, not based on an IP, not a sequel, not a remake, in the top 10 of 2024. Biggest hits last year in the top 10 original movies.
A movie by A24 Studios.
No. Nope.
Black Phone?
Black Phone.
Red One.
No.
No?
Wait,
okay.
when was Oppenheimer?
Ready? Oppenheimer was not last year. It was 2023.
That was 2023, right?
We'll go back to 2023. If I told you the answer is 0, would that shock you?
No, considering we can't
Top 10 box office films of last year. Inside Out 2, Deadpool and Wolverine, Wicked, Moana 2, Despicable Me 4, Beetlejuice, Dune Part 2, Twisters, Godzilla Kong the New Empire, and Kung Fu Panda 4. So what came first, the chicken or the egg?
A little torn on that Wicked one, though. Yes, it was Wizard of Oz, but I mean that's so many years in between.
That is a huge IP. That is
It
one of the
is.
most profitable. That is one of the most profitable
It
Broadway
is,
shows in
but
history. It's not original.
Broadway shows. So that would be like saying the remake of, or when they put Rent to the big screen, that
Didn't
IP
do well.
wouldn't be an original movie.
No. It's based on IP. Here, we'll get better. We'll do better. But those are the top 10 films of 2024. Let's do 2020. Well, let's do 2023. How many originals in 2023?
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer's one of them.
Barbie's
one of them, but I would argue that Barbie's an IP.
I froze. Logged.
But let's say Barbie.
Missed everything.
Barbie and Oppenheimer, fine. Ready?
Wait, Barbie can be considered an original IP that's had dolls made for 60 plus years, but
also has had
something that was
so many
adapted from a
movies.
Broadway show would not be an original IP.
No, I don't think Barbie's an original IP. I think Barbie's an IP.
Okay.
Barbie's had,
like I said, I logged out.
Barbie's had VHS movies. Barbie's had DVD movies. Barbie's a fucking IP. The fact that they got it right and made an original movie that grossed $636 million, that's beside the point. Here's the top 10. Barbie 1, the Super Mario Brothers 2, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse 3, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Oppenheimer, Little Mermaid, Avatar The Way of Water, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, John Wick Chapter 4, and Sound of Freedom. But my problem with the Sound of Freedom is it says it grossed $184 million, but I am not sure it grossed $184 million. It's on the box office chart.
But that one and Oppenheimer would arguably be the two originals, right?
Those
the
are
rest
the only
of them
two.
Have had other things.
Okay.
Movies or marketing in some way, shape, or form, right?
It's not something that's happening 2021. Let's do 2021 because 2022 doesn't really exist. Actually, 2022.
So Oppenheimer does back up my fact, though, that original IP with big names that have better equity than.
Yeah, but Pattinson did fine. The Batman grossed. We're going to talk about it right now.
Batman,
but again, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's the fact. I don't think. Okay, let's do 2021.
But Batman is Batman. I mean, that's been done a million times anyway.
That's an IP. It's an IP. Let's do 2022. How many films?
2024, where was Fly Me?
Fly Me the Moon isn't even in the top 20. Let's do 2022. How many movies in the top 10 are not based on IP or sequels?
What are they?
I don't remember what I had for lunch last week. You want me to remember what
0. Ready? 0. Maverick. 1. Wakanda Forever. 2. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. 3. Avatar. 4. Jurassic World Dominion. 5. Minions: The Rise of Gru. 6. The Batman. 7. Thor. 8. Spider-Man: No Way Home. 9. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. By the way, Spider-Man: No Way Home is in the top 10 grossing movies of 2022, and it came out in 2021. So it's also on that list. And Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So 0. 0 movies in the top 10, 21, 20, 23, 24. And we're saying why. And it goes on. Let's 2021. Spider-Man: No Way Home, Shang-Chi, Venom, Black Widow, F9: The Fast Saga, Eternals, No Time to Die, A Quiet Place Part 2, Ghostbusters. Free Guy is the only one in the top 10. And
Shang-Chi was the Marvel movie?
Shang-Chi, yeah.
So you're not considering that an original movie because it was attached to the Marvel franchise?
That's not an original movie.
So here's a question to be had too. Like
a Marvel movie.
Equation. How many out of the last few years? How many movies came out that were actually original compared to all those others?
Let's do 2024.
Because, right?
No, that sounds fair. My thing is, I don't think studios can think about making original movies because the only sure thing they have is to make. Okay, I'll.
But how did it become a sure thing? That's the thing.
Well, the sure thing, the sure things are movies that they're sure of. If I told you, okay,
but did they? But my thing is, did they abandon somewhat the original because this is the moneymaker, and why?
Sure, that's yes, but I don't think it's not the studio's fault.
Like no, not necessarily, but there's a reason why that is happening, right?
You sent me a link.
I mean, back in the 80s, almost everything seemed to be an original, right? Or in the 90s, even it was like not everything, but
ask me again why I have comic book movie fatigue. I understand. I'm just telling you the idea that it's not who came first, chicken or the egg. The studios are looking at what movies are making money. Listen to this, 2024. Listen, just if I told you, and again, these are all the earliest original movie hits is 15 in the top chart, the top 15 movies. It Ends With Us, and that's based on a best-selling book. That's the earliest in original movie hits, 15. Then The Wild Robot at 16. Then the next one is until 21. Then 23, 24, 28, 29.
What's 28?
21. Okay, so It Ends With Us and The Wild Robot, both based on books, but 15 and 16. 21 is If. 23 is Bob Marley, One Love. 24 is Red One. 28 is Long Legs. That's the Neon. The top Neon, that movie grossed $74 million. Fantastic movie. Great. Migration is an animated movie. That was original. Civil War is the top A24 movie. You were saying that, right? That was 32. That was 68 million. The Beekeeper, which is a Statham movie, was 34. That was 66. And then Anyone But You, that was a big hit, 63 million, 35. And then, well, I was going to say Terrifier 3, but that's not right. Then Challengers at 39.
Where's the Substance on 2025 land so far?
The Substance
2024.
Substance is 2024. Substance is
where's that land?
80. $16 million. Anora is 86 with $14 million. Yeah, but those are all Oscar movies. Disastrous. Abigail, that's 58. Heretic, 57.
So, but those two movies that you said are disastrous were some of the leading Oscar nominees for this year. So what you're saying is almost studios are going to be too scared to make anything that would even be Oscar worthy.
But those two movies are not those two movies, just so we're clear, are not studio movies. Anora was completely low budget. I don't get so upset about 2025 doesn't get any better. Snow White, The Running Man. Snow White, yeah, we get problems. The Running Man is going to be more like the book. And while I have a soft spot in my heart for anything Arnold Schwarzenegger in the 80s, by far better than Stallone, better than Willis, better than everybody, in my opinion. Every season movie is just the transporter repack. Statham movie, I think she's saying, is just the transporter repackaged. Fine, I got you. All I'm saying is, studios aren't going to make original movies if people don't go. And you're right. I think what you were saying, Jerry, was we don't give movies a chance to become a franchise. Right? They just don't get a chance. They don't get out of the gates. The last movie that didn't get out of the gates that became a franchise was probably what, Austin Powers? Because you remember that year, Austin Powers bombed at the box office. But by the time I went back to college in the fall, Austin Powers video cassettes were everywhere. You couldn't go to a party without them.
It seems like to me at some point in time in the 2000s, they started to get on this kick where we're going to start remaking things. Like more now, I know things were remade, but like on crack. You know what I mean? And it's just like that flooded things.
And they never what they didn't do,
and Jared, they got away from that originality a little bit.
Yeah,
that's my take on it.
Should have done. You know what they should have done? Remake.
And that's partially why here we are. Not fully.
Partially. Yeah, no, I agree. I just think people bitch, moan, and complain and go, Hollywood doesn't make anything original. I love Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell can do no wrong. They're trying to get him on Star Trek. Strange New World. Can't wait for that show to come back. That show's amazing. I'm just saying that I don't want to hear from people, why doesn't Hollywood make original movies? Hollywood doesn't make original movies because you people don't fucking go unless it's something you know. And that's part of the cost, right? It's a cost thing. If I'm a regular moviegoer, not me, not you, not your wife, certainly Kyle. If I'm a regular moviegoer, I need to be guaranteed that my $20 and my $20 on popcorn is going to be okay.
Yes.
What's up?
Yeah, it's hard to say. It's really hard to say what the common denominator is. I mean, I think there's a bunch of reasons. I think social media, fast-paced lifestyle, everything's
getting a remake, dude. They're remaking Christine.
See, that's what I mean. Why?
Yeah, but part of that is I don't care.
What kind of car is it going to be? A damn Honda or something now?
I'll be a man. What if it was
that's like remaking Cujo. What's it going to be? A Rottweiler?
No. Well, Cujo I can see getting remade because
that's Tesla.
But it'll be something recent. It's not going to be a Saint Bernard.
A possessed Cybertruck.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It'll be an electric car or something stupid.
You're just going to get hit by beads. I'm looking forward to the Highlander reboot. Can't be any worse than Highlander 2 or Highlander 3, The Quickening. Or
there could be only one Highlander. Get it? Sam.
I think Hollywood does make original movies. Sure they do, but nobody goes to them. I think the last original movie I saw, I think it's other people, not me, that don't go to them. I agree. I go to see a lot of movies. I was talking to somebody on the phone who's a friend of my aunt's back home, and she didn't know what the fuck Nora was. At all. She knows it won Best Picture, and then she asked me, my aunt, to ask me if I would like it, and she's in her 70s. I'm not going to send her a sex worker movie. It's crazy. Like, that's fucking nuts.
She might need some game in the home, man.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not gonna, hey, go see Nora. It's the Best Picture.
She might know more than us.
I'm sure you'll enjoy it. But I just think it's funny. This movie is pretty great. He's good in it. He's a good he has done a lot more work than just being the fucking smiley vampire person. And he's made a lot of good movies. And for this movie to fail with a good pedigree, a solid screenplay, pretty funny, good satire, good special effects, cost $120 million. Looks like $1 million. It looks great. And it's original, and people go,
it would be one of those movies that it failed in the box office, but then once it's streaming and and all of a sudden it's going to get greenlit for something else.
But it's not gonna start a franchise, and that's okay. We don't need all these movies to start franchises. I'm going to tell you, I'll give you an example of a movie that didn't need a sequel. Didn't need 2 sequels. Didn't need 3 sequels. The Matrix. First Matrix ends perfectly. It's a perfect ending. Perfect. Letter perfect. Fat Cavill is Highlander. Yeah, leave Fat Cavill alone. Looking forward to the Kevin Bacon show coming to Prime in April. Surprised they didn't hold this till October. Yeah, the Kevin Bacon show, The Bondsman, looks great. Again, that's been done before. Brimstone. There was a show called Brimstone on Fox where a guy from a police officer went to hell for killing somebody, and then he was released from hell to capture demons that escape from hell. So that's been done before, but it's Kevin Bacon. So guess what? Got to pay attention because I like Kevin Bacon. I still think Kevin Bacon would make a fantastic Freddy Krueger. Not the hero, but I like the Gorge. Gorge is original. Yes,
that was okay.
Great. It was
I
good.
didn't mind that movie.
It was good. Two good young actors.
Good.
It was good.
It's great.
Two good young actors. They had great chemistry. I don't think of original movies need to be in the top 10. I just think they need to make more money than they're costing to make. No, because the studios aren't viewing it as the studios aren't viewing it as a good investment if a movie costs $3 million and grosses $20 million. That's not a good investment for the studio. Studio wants ancillary profits. Studio wants shirts. Studio wants toys. That's where we're at, and that's okay.
A lot of the studios just want content for their streaming.
Well, I think we're getting away from that too because Netflix is in trouble. They're reassessing all of the money they spent. They have a movie coming out this week called The Electric State that they spent a ton of fucking money on, and the reviews are abysmal. It's Millie Bobby Brown. She's made a ton of money for Netflix. With everything. The Electric State opens this week. It premieres on Friday, not in a theater. It cost a ton of fucking money to make. And I think we're getting to the saturation point, where these movies and shows are not going to get made by these companies. I'll give you the one that I think you look at as making quality original movies that also happen to be for their streaming, but also maybe are going to start to get released. Netflix lost complete track of their budgets and shit. The budget for The Electric State is insane. It's fucking crazy for a movie you're not going to put in theaters. It's nuts. I've never seen anything like it. The amount of money they're spending on that fucking movie. They could have made 150 more seasons of Stranger Things.
But what streaming service hasn't lost sight of it then, you were saying?
Well, no, I think Apple. Apple is the one service that makes quality TV shows, quality movies for different folks. Like you were talking about Fly Me to the Moon, right? That's a movie you really love. No, they didn't. Plus, Raven, they didn't. They're paying. Netflix is paying to have live events, and look what they did last night on Raw. How many fucking Netflix references was on Raw last night? How many?
Well, it's not only that, but Netflix didn't pay for. They're not getting the pay-per-views in the States, but everywhere else worldwide.
All over the world.
The WWE network got rolled into Netflix worldwide, just not in the States. It's on Peacock for the next couple of years.
So this is the movie. Take the thing down. Also, I don't think you can pay Raven for the amount of things. Yeah, $300 million for this. Look at this. Look at it.
Still looks better than the new thing.
Oh my God. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And just so we're clear, I like that's insanity talk. That's absolute insanity talk. And the Iron Claw grossed over 45 million against a worldwide budget of around 15 million. Yeah. But nobody's going to run out to make another wrestling movie. They just made one, and it's not going to do that well. The Mildred Burke movie is bombing. Or actually, it's not bombing. It's not getting enough screens. So
the next big major wrestling movie is going to be a Ric Flair autobiography movie or something.
I don't I don't think anybody wants. I don't think the two most untouchable people right now are Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody wants them around. Nobody wants
Andre the Giant movie.
An Andre the Giant movie would be great, but the documentary is pretty good.
There's no.
It might be quality, but you never fucking hear about it when it comes to the only two shows that I know are about on Apple are Ted Lasso and Severance. Not true. Shrinking. They did a Presumed Innocent reboot. Like, Apple's making great stuff. They're making great products. And Severance is one of them. But they also did Greyhound. They did they're making a lot of good movies. And I just think Apple's output has been better than most of them. I like wrestling, but I don't care for docudrama movies. Okay. But again, I want to see the Mildred Burke movie, but it's not playing at my theater. The AMC I go to is not playing the Mildred Burke movie. It's one of the top grossing theaters in the country. They have 17 screens. Aren't all the Fast and Furious movies wrestler movies? No. Well,
the first 4 weren't.
5 through 10 are. And Hobbs and Shaw.
What about the one from the 50s?
I prefer Robert Mitchum in the 50s driving.
Fast and the Furious 50?
Fast and the Furious 50.
Diesel's going to be doing it until he's 90.
The one the original.
Again, the Iron Claw is a great movie, but you're talking about numbers. Iron Claw was the last year, right? So Iron Claw grossed $45 million. Did it? When did Iron Claw come out? Iron Claw came out last year, didn't it? I don't see Iron Claw. Where is Iron Claw? Iron Claw. Worldwide. Okay, I said worldwide. Okay, I'm sorry. The Iron Claw only grossed $19 million in the States. So, Line reports the highest grossing film in A24's catalog. Yes, again, it's not. It's the Fast and the Furious. There you go. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once is an anomaly. Women's wrestling doesn't get time on air. Women's wrestling is never going to get time on the big screen, no matter how good the movie could be. Women's wrestling doesn't get on air? Did you not watch Raw last night? I'm just asking. Because we're going to have one of the matches at WrestleMania is definitely going to be a main event women's match. Maybe 2. So, I don't know. I'm just saying to you folks, stop asking for original if you don't actually want original. Because you don't want original. You want safe. No, Jasper. Do not think the Daffy Porky movie will be good. Interesting fact here: the day the Earth blew up, or whatever the fuck it's called. Great. From what I hear, Rich said it's not good. And then Rich was upset because they had a perfectly good original movie with Looney Tunes. And they fucked it up. Porky's, there you go. Everything Everywhere All at Once was original. Yes. I'm not going to fight you on that. It's an anomaly. It's not a normal. It's an anomaly. It just is. Like, I wish it weren't the case. I also am kind of sick of hearing people go, "Oh, we lost Kyle." Oh no. Oh, it's because he's yawning. He's actually sucking up the internet into his mouth. Civil War, yes, but again, we're talking about Civil War isn't an original movie. It's 32 last year. 32. 68 million. Good take. What was the budget of Civil War? Budget of Civil War is okay. 127 million worldwide. It grossed 68 million in the States. Missy, quick question for you. Give me a guess on what the budget, you two as well. What's the budget of Civil War?
It was the size of Texas.
It's a good movie. Civil War is a great movie. Not what you're expecting. More of a road movie. Everything's already big. Above 50 million. There you go. That's not a good return on investment.
No way to profit.
It's fine. But that's 30 seconds. And again, people didn't go see it in theaters. So
Well, 50 million, then you got to add in the advertising on top
advertising, everything else.
And it didn't lend itself to T-shirts and cartoons. Let's be honest. If anyone bought something that said Civil War,
I would wonder on A24's tax returns, you two, if we looked and there wasn't some creative Hollywood math that, like Coming to America, Civil War didn't make any money.
I don't know what I'm getting hot about.
Needs to start stepping up their game and making these things again, so we can get them before we go to the movie.
Missy, it's a great movie. I'm not denying that. I'm not denying.
Need a Civil War mug at Burger King before we go see it.
I'll tell you what. You know what the greatest thing I have from Burger King is? Burger King, when the original Fellowship of the Rings came out, and I went with Ren before he passed away. Ren and I went to every fucking Burger King from Scranton to Allentown. They had a ring set of all the characters, and they were in a giant light up circle.
That's awesome.
And they had a giant ring that was the center, and you could turn it, and all the different characters in the Fellowship all had cool things.
That's weak right here. Keep talking.
Keep talking. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Jerry's got to go get the combination out to get out from whatever he needs behind.
He probably has it. Mine's in storage. Oh, you got the goblet? Oh, I love the Lord of the Rings.
Lit. You can't really see it, but I have the light.
Does it still light up? Does it still light up?
It lights up. It still lights up.
Have your Corona.
Amazing. Okay. We've talked about 48 minutes. I think the idea that you want original movies is actually what audiences want. They want a sure thing. You know what I mean? What was that movie? The Sure Thing, right? That movie in the 80s?
I remember that movie.
65 to 70% of moviegoers want content they're familiar with and don't really need to pay attention, while the other 25 to 30% are willing to go and see that new content, but it's not enough to keep these movies coming out in a fast enough stream for you.
Yep.
Is what this ultimately boils down to.
Yeah, and also I'm sick of
Here
the
it
argument.
is.
So
Maybe
basically, everyone that watches
right here
that's seen all the Oscar nominees are now called the 25%ers.
Everything's at your fingertips. You could scroll. You could speed through everything. You don't have to pay attention too much.
You don't have to. Yeah,
videos.
Jerry, you got to delete your browser history. I saw your porn sites.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
That was amazing. I had no idea.
Sure you did.
That's why you and Robert got along so well. The midget stuff. Anyway.
Yeah. What was that? You, me, and a donkey. What?
Donkey show.
What's with the midget over here? That's
Jerry.
Yeah.
Jerry, quick tip: midget porn does not take up half the bandwidth.
Remember that in Back to School?
Yeah.
Oh, there's you.
Here, this is a good picture. This is you. This is you. This is you. Him. This is you and him.
Oh, we were
What's
just
going on?
looking for some cocktail napkins. Where, under her dress?
Need Burger King to bring back the wrestling dolls. My dogs love them. I'm just gonna say to you, Jasper, if you fed wrestling dolls to your dogs, you're probably we were talking about old toys. Some of these old toys are some of the things from Burger King and McDonald's are highly collectible. Highly collectible. Anyway. Okay. So this is opening. Electric State is Friday on Netflix. So reviews are terrible, but we'll see what happens. It's the Russo brothers. $300 million budget on that one, and it's not going to play in theaters. Although there are new rules with some Netflix movies that are going to be in theaters. Also opening Friday this week, Novocaine, R-rated, Jack Quaid, looks amazing. Looks like a lot of fun. It looks like it's going to be fun. So we'll see what happens. But I'm sad that this movie is not going to do better, and then it might. I'm okay if it catches on when it hits max time. But I do want to. I don't want to hear people going, we don't get original movies anymore. Why is Hollywood making all these remakes and sequels? Because nobody fucking goes to anything else. Except people like Melissa and me and a few other people.
The 25%ers.
The 25%. It's not even 25%. Because some of the biggest box office movies of the year were Best Picture nominees, Kyle. It's like it's not even 25%. It's less. Okay, let's talk, Jerry.
Old toys, right? Found this one on the boardwalk today. Barnum and Bailey music box.
That's pretty.
Had to pick it up.
That's
neat. I love everything Ringling Brothers.
Nice.
So
I remember going to Ringling Brothers in Wilkes-Barre when it was the clown guy and the elephant. What was his name?
Elephant.
The clown guy. He was like, he had a big red nose and he hung out with the elephant.
Bozo?
No.
So you just described every clown there is.
I know. Did he have white face makeup too, JW?
With the red nose.
He also had huge shoes.
Bozo would have been my guess too. Just saying.
Did your parents tell you this was Ringling Brothers, or did they took you to McDonald's and you met Ronald?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's possible. Hold on. I'm trying to find the elephant and clown team.
Well, while he tries to find that, Jerry, what's coming from your basement tonight?
Why do you gotta be like that? Here, I'll do the logo.
Why? I'm trying to fill in dead air. You're looking up something.
Well, you can talk. You don't have to jump to something where I'm trying to get a.
I did talk. And I said, Jerry, up for a perfect segue to take it away.
Is it Boffo? Was it Boffo? Blippo? I don't know. Jerry, what's your movie?
Bozo?
Wasn't Bozo.
Tonight's movie.
I'll remember it for next week.
Is Death Dream.
Death Dream. Now,
here's
the thing. Here's the thing, Jerry. We should warn everybody. This movie is not called Death Dream. Most places. If we're being honest, it is called Dead of Night.
Yes.
The Dead of Night changed the lives of many and ended the lives of some. No one seated 5 minutes after the picture begins. This is a 1974 movie by Bob Clark. Bob Clark, kids. Of course, of Porky's, of A Christmas Story, of Black Christmas, and so many other movies. We were talking about a Bob Clark movie the other day. What movie was it? Hold on.
Did your clown have a red balloon?
They all have red balloons.
I hate you so much. I hate you.
Dead of Night.
Jerry, where can this movie be found to stream for free?
Dead of Night. Basically, Dead of Night. It's like a version of Monkey's Paw. Parents get word that their boy is killed in war, and he ends up showing up at their doorstep. And the terror has just begun at that point.
Andy, you'll come back. You've got to. You promised. And so Andy comes back, and he's. This movie is actually very much a rip. Was ripped off when they did the Child's Play movie, not Child's Play, the Pet Sematary sequel that they released on Paramount Plus. Is almost a direct ripoff of this movie. Same thing. A Vietnam vet kid comes home, and basically, all kinds of bad shit happens.
Said.
I got a bunch of formats: VHS, betas.
Where can we find it, Jerry?
This is actually streaming on Tubi.
Tubi.
He's got a lot of shit, man. Look at now. Here's Jerry's Death Dream.
That's a great poster.
Also known as Dead of Night. And then this is, look at that hairdo. That is a 70s hairdo, my friends.
It's amazing.
You can't pull that. Look at that fucking sideburn. That's also a
look at the mutton chop.
He actually plays a pretty good role in this, like the way that he transforms.
Yeah,
How
it's
stoic he is in this movie.
John Marley, I think. No, wait, hold on.
You know that
Richard Backus is the actor's name.
Yep.
And actually, that was filmed on location in Brooksville, Florida.
Is it a remake of The Dead of Night from 1945?
No,
It is not.
No. No.
they
Okay.
share the name though.
They were working
Just
on
share
this.
the name.
Just so we're clear, Eli Roth views this as one of his favorite movies, and he was trying to get this movie remade with Oliver Hudson. And Eli Roth was trying to get it remade, and then they've been bouncing around Hollywood ever since 2003.
So, with Oliver Stone,
No,
when the son got killed in war, it was back and to the right.
Eli Roth.
Back and to the right.
Eli Roth. We were just talking about Vietnam movies last. We did a Platoon last night on Generation Movie.
Oh, that's a great movie.
It's way more visceral than you remember. Like, I haven't seen it in a long time, and we were like,
I saw that at the Circle
Circle Drive-In. Ooh,
in '86, and it was
That-
that and Something Wild double feature.
that's a weird double feature, but a
It
good
is.
double feature.
Well, I remember
That's-
my parents were trying to get me to like lay down when Something Wild came on, and I'm laying in
It's
the
like,
back seat.
I'm
with
not
the
laying
blinds
down.
open
Melanie Griffith might be nude in this. There's no way I'm laying down.
with the black wig on.
Yeah, there's no fucking way I'm laying down.
I didn't
You
see
can't-
it though.
You
I
can't
wouldn't know
fuck.
anything about it.
You don't know anything about that. Can I also tell?
My
I want
mom's watching.
Rich went to this theater up your way. You guys, look at this Wind Gap Theater. Look at this fucking list of
That's
movies
cool.
they're playing. This is a new revival house up your way. Look at this. They opened the theater on March 7th with Raiders and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Nice.
And Saturday,
But then after that, it gets better.
oh, fuck off. Saturday they had Escape from New York, Assault on Precinct 13, and Dark Star. Look at some of these fucking like
Dark
double bills.
Star, I had that
Look
somewhere.
look at the triple bill coming up in 2 Saturdays from now. The Thing, Prince of Darkness, and They Live.
That's awesome.
That's an amazing double feature. They got RoboCop.
All right,
everything,
Mom. I was awake.
everything is in 35 millimeter. Also, they have a Harryhausen Day. Look at that. They have One Eye Jacks, Clash of the Titans, The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, and It Came from Outer Space.
I saw Clash of the Titans in the movies too. That would be
So
awesome.
did I. But look, this theater is like, if I was home, I'd be going to this theater all the fucking time.
Look at all the movies on that.
Look at your Big Trouble in Little China. They have a Commando Raw Deal double feature.
The Keep. Come
The
on.
Keep, yeah, holy fuck, right? Picnic at Hanging Rock. Look at the Sunday, this past Sunday, The Hard Way, Lee Van Cleef, a Lee Van Cleef triple feature. So I'm
Kung
just,
Fu Theater. That's awesome.
I
Does
want
that
you.
say Shogun Assassin? That's awesome.
Yeah, Marx Brothers. They have a Marx Brothers night. Big Trouble in Little China. Lawrence of Arabia in 35 millimeter.
That's cool.
West Side Story in 35 millimeter. It's if I was there, I'd be going to this all
It
the time.
reminds me of all the newspaper clippings that I have over in the book over here.
Yes.
So I used to
Yes.
cut them out and glue them in
Yeah,
that book.
Rich sent this to me, and I'm like, this is my dream. To open a movie theater and just play fucking revival shit.
That's right here.
It'd be incredible.
I had the dang thing right here.
Oh, 1980.
These are all originals. I used to cut them out.
Wait. Show the pages. I can do the years. 82. 1982. Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh, that's
Staying
84.
Alive.
That's
Treasure of the
1980.
Four Crowns. I used to cut these out
That's
and put them all in here. Look at Turk 182, Vision Quest.
What year? Wait, what paper is this from?
I don't remember.
All I know, because if you have anything from the 70s, 74 on, that could be my dad's work.
The Ritz. Look,
1985. Witness. Okay, speaking of
Cool,
Witness,
right?
speaking of Westerns, that's amazing. Let's do Serpent and the Rainbow is 87. The In Crowd. Holy fuck. Let's go. Let's do Twilight Zone Redux.
Yep.
So this is episode 48 at season 2, episode 12. directed by Douglas Hayes, written by Rod Serling, featured music Jerry Goldsmith. Holy fuck! No, Jerry Goldsmith, one of the greatest composers in film history. This episode is called Dust, and it deals with a small town. And Jerry and I are both going to have the same visceral reaction. This episode has the single biggest scumbag in Twilight Zone history up until this point. So let's talk about that. Opening narration.
Salesman.
He is such a fucking scumbag. Oh my god. Opening narration, there was a village built of crumbling clay and rotting wood, and it squatted ugly under a broiling sun like sick and mangy animal wanting to die. This village had a virus shared by its people. It was the germ of squalor, of hopelessness, of a loss of faith. For the faithless, the hopeless, the misery-laden, there is time, ample time, to engage in one of the other pursuits of men. They begin to destroy themselves. So this is an episode set in a small western town. One of the characters, this guy here, where is he? So the guy that's behind bars here is a young Mexican man. He's a young Mexican man that has killed a little girl by running her down with a wagon accidentally, inadvertently, while he was drunk. This character is named Sykes, and Sykes is the biggest fucking scumbag I've ever seen. The guy behind the thing is Gallegos, and then the sheriff is played by John Larch, who was a very good character actor from the 50s, and he plays the sheriff. And everything in this fucking town, Jerry, is the most miserable, depressing, or like the horse. There's a horse in this episode, Jerry, that is just about the sickest, saddest horse I've ever seen in a Western. Everything about this town is terrible. So we find out from Sykes is a traveler. He's a snake oil salesman who basically goes to various places, gets product, and brings it to this hopeless town. And he is a slime ball. He is feeding off of the depression, feeding off the anger, feeding off everything in this small little town. And basically, what happens is it becomes the thing. They're going to hang the kid, and what happens is Sykes comes up with an idea. I'm going to say I have magic dust. He tells the little girl to make money. He tells the little girl that was speaking for the father of the condemned that she has to bring 100 pesos, and he'll give him magic dust that will save his son. And it is dust. Hold on, not there. Where is it? Not there. Where's my other picture? Fuck. Anyway, he has a sequence where he dumps out something out of a pouch and he fills it with dirt. He's a bad person.
And he's like, magic dust.
Magic dust. And he's putting it in the fucking thing. So the dad comes. It's eventually time for the son to be hanged. The dad comes. He gets the magic dust. He pays a lot of money for it. He then runs to the gallows and throws at all these white people who are looking at him as they're getting ready to hang this Mexican kid who made a mistake. And the father's throwing the dust, saying, the dust brings love, love, love. And then they immediately go to the gallows, and the gallows breaks.
Yep.
And
the rope snaps.
The rope snaps, and the father and the mother of the daughter who got killed, basically, the mother turns to the husband and says, "There's too much death. I can't do any more of this today. Let's let it go." And the sheriff is obliged to say, "We can try another hanging.
Let it go.
We can try another hanging," but he chooses not to. And the father and the mother walk away, and it's just...
So the fake magic dust works.
Fake magic dust works because the father
and the snake oil salesman doesn't get it.
He doesn't understand it. It's a brand new rope that he has also furnished to the town. So not only is he ripping off poor people, but he's also giving stuff that at this point seems like broken. At which point he has all the money in his hands, and these 3 poor kids surround him. And he looks at the money in his hands, and he looks down at them, and he throws it on the ground. He's like, "Yeah, take it, whatever."
It's almost like he represents the devil in a way, right?
He is
like if you think about
the
it,
scummiest character in the
it's like
history.
he set it up, and then they were trying to have love, and their wish came true, and he's like, I don't get it.
The father's wish for his son to get some sort of like the idea that this drunk driving accident, which is essentially what it is, like that's another thing where you're looking at it, right? This is a drunk driving accident in a 60s television show before drunk driving became anything. Right?
And
the idea that
basically trying to tell the sheriff like he was depressed.
He was depressed. He was trying to tell the sheriff
he didn't even see the girl. Give him a
chance. He had a lot going on. He was drinking. But also Sykes is such an evil character. He's such a bad person.
It's like a devil.
He's
if you
terrible.
think about it.
He's the worst. Jerry, we've watched 48 episodes of the show. He is the single dirtiest, scummiest character we have come across. It's played by Thomas Gomez. He is just, he's a character actor from the 50s, did a lot of movies, and he's just the biggest piece of trash that the Twilight Zone has ever seen. He's so awful. Like, it's just amazing. So, but the episode ends with the father and the son and the little girl walking away, and the father's crying because they've shown mercy. And so, closing narration is this: it was a very small, misery-laden village on the day of a hanging, and of little historical consequence. And if there's any moral to it all, at all, let's say that in any quest for magic, in any search for sorcery, witchery, legerdemain, first check the human heart. For inside this deep place is a wizardry that costs far more than a few pieces of gold. Tonight's case in point in the Twilight Zone. So the idea that they forgive the kid and they basically don't want any more death and they just walk away, and everybody in town. There is a guy in town also, aside from, there are 2 awful characters in the show. The sheriff feels terrible for what's happened and he knows he has to put the kid to death, whatever. There's another guy that shows up midway through the episode that has his entire wagon full of kids to watch the hanging. And the sheriff is like, do your kids need to see a hanging? And the dad is so fucking blunt and obtuse. He says, yeah, it's to teach him not to do bad things. At which point the sheriff says, can't you just, he goes, what do you do to teach him about pain? Like hit him in the face? And I was just like, I was floored by that. I was like, yeah, that's pretty much, let them touch the stove so they don't ever touch a stove again.
Well, I like
going,
how
don't touch the stove.
I like how the dead girl's parents like came full circle because they didn't want to even hear the guy's
they didn't want to hear the thing, but it's the wife.
Get out of the way. Tell your father to get out of the way,
But it's the wife that shows compassion. It's like, I can't handle any more death. It was a great episode. I've never seen this episode ever.
No, I thought that I did, but I didn't. I was thinking of a different one.
It was a really good episode. Highly recommended. And also Thomas Gomez as Sykes. I think we're going to get to the end of watching the Twilight Zone on the show, and we're going to get there, and I'm still going to go, this is the biggest, even with the fucking devil, Jerry. We've had the devil on the show already.
Yeah, but he wasn't as bad.
Well, no, he just talked somebody into letting him out of a room. This guy is feeding off of the misery.
I love it. Magic dust.
Yeah,
I laugh at everything.
I would love to say I didn't feel anything with regards to where we're at, but I would say this episode, this guy was so good. He's so good. Next week, episode 49, it's called Back There, and it is the first episode of the Twilight Zone we're going to get where we're dealing with time travel, and this is a time travel episode that also deals with the idea of what do you do if you change history of a major event. So how many fucking movies have been made about that?
Or even shows like Voyagers.
Yes. Changing major events.
When the Omni's red, history's wrong.
Yes, with the Omni. That poor bastard. That was
Yeah.
a Brandon Lee thing, right?
Yep.
That kid was.
Yeah, it
that
was.
kid was going to be a star. He was.
Yep.
What was it?
He was on the way.
He was on his way, and he was dashing. He was built. He was a big
Yep.
kid. I watch that show every week. I love that show.
I have that on DVD. I think I burned them though. Like I don't have originals, but I have all the episodes.
That's fine. That's a great show.
I got them all.
Voyagers, amazing. Okay, we're coming to the end of our show. Kyle, what do you got? You got your little Barnum and Bailey thing. That's no Funko Pops.
I got nothing with me here.
No, but you didn't pick up anything in Atlantic City.
Well, you got the
Barnum and Bailey thing. Okay.
Busy. Yeah, I got the Barnum and Bailey.
Jerry, what do you got going on with Slapjaw? I saw that you guys released a new something
new
or other.
song, Steamroller, available everywhere. Video.
It looks. I'm not gonna lie.
I busted my ass making a video for it.
I'm not gonna lie, Jerry. The girl reminds me. The girl that's on the cover of it reminds me of.
Oh, the image with the tongue.
Yeah, it reminds me so much of the Return of the Living Dead.
Oh, right on.
You know what I mean? Like,
yes, trash.
Yes, trash. Amazing. Like it reminds me of Living Dead and Night of the Living Dead. Not Return of the Living Dead. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I don't want to insult. But I was thinking about it. We should promote you on here, and that's why I do have it, so everybody can see it. Looks like
it's everywhere. I put it out. It's on Spotify, Apple, Amazon.
Roller. So check out Slapjaw, all those places.
According to Joe Ridgely, the new single by Smash Mouth.
Yeah, the new single by Smash Mouth. Steamroller. You're an all-star. Anyway, Kyle, what do you got going on? Are you back? Have you been Godfather 3'd into the Rocky Horror business again, or are you got a show coming up? You got anything going on?
We know trash, according to Joe here.
Who's calling us trash?
Not sure what that's in reference
Return of the Living Dead.
I don't want to read too much into your comment.
I feel like Joe's calling us trash.
Well, Joe, let's get her on the show.
No,
if you know her,
want to read too much into his.
I bet you she's so beautiful.
Don't read too.
She's nice. She's a nice lady. I met her in Scranton.
Oh, okay, cool.
At a festival out here.
Nice. What do you got going on, Kyle? What's your next big gig?
Nice lady.
I believe in May we got a show in Matamoros. I don't know the dates in front of me. In June we'll be back at the Emmaus Theater.
You
might
should
have something coming up in spring. We did the Wind Gap years ago. We did the Wind Gap years ago.
It looks nice. It looks super nice now.
Well, if they put money into it, they normally don't want to bring Rocky Horror in.
That's true. That is a true statement.
Especially around Easter time.
Especially around Easter time, motherfuckers with fucking coins and eggs. Okay, you can find me, JW the Movie Guy, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, all those places. Also on IMDb.
What's the big movie you're going to see this Thursday, JW?
I'm going to see Novocaine. I'm going to see Novocaine, Jack Quaid, and then on Friday.
It looks like Neil Patrick Harris in that poster.
A little bit.
What is kid?
That's Dennis Quaid's kid.
Right on.
And basically, it's about a guy who doesn't feel pain. He's not He's not a superhero, but he doesn't feel pain. It doesn't mean he can't take damage, but he doesn't feel pain. And I guess the girl he falls in love with gets kidnapped during a bank robbery, and he makes the fatal mistake to go after them. And I looks fun. Looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. It runs. I was looking at the running time. It runs 110 minutes. For an action movie, that's like the sweet spot. Like an hour and 50 minutes, hour 45 minutes. If it's a decent action movie, like if it has more going on than a regular action movie, like a Statham action movie, for example, hour 45 minutes, hour 50 minutes is about right. So I don't know. Maybe it's going to be good. Also,
tell me if I'm reading into this. The Indie Escape Network. We know trash. Is that what Joe means?
I think it means we know trash. We know the actress. That's what I'm going. I think that's what it means. Linnea Quigley. Thank you for joining us tonight. Everybody have a great week. Time to go watch Daredevil.
She was in
everybody
Night of the Demons.
She's fantastic.
She was in Corner Store. She was in all kinds of.
She was in a lot of stuff.
Creepazoids.
We met her. Joe and I met her at the last con, the Phantasm Con we went to. She was really nice. Thank you for joining us tonight. Everybody have a great week. Go see a movie. I don't care what you see. Go watch something, and we'll see everybody next week. We'll talk about it.
Is that the Orlando Porn Con?
No.
Okay.
Good night, Kyle. Have a fun time in Atlantic City. I hate you, Kyle. Bye. Good night, folks. Everybody have a great week.